Hello, Joel Tadman, technical editor of Golf Monthly here at West Hill Golf Club, and we're talking about the new Ping G400 Fairway today. Now, when you were looking at the new G400 range, you probably went straight to the driver to have a look about the technology and the performance gains that you're going to get, but Ping actually say that the G400 Fairway has seen a much bigger gain in performance and technology compared to other clubs in the line, and that's because they've used a new material here for this club face. It's a Mirage Steel compared to VFT steel, I think it was, in the Ping G club. This material is much lighter, it's stronger, which means they can make it thinner. Not only is that going to give you more ball speed and distance, but it's allowed Ping to make the weighting a lot more user friendly. So you see this copper weight here in the back. This is actually a lot heavier, 30% denser, I believe they say, which not only is going to increase launch angle, but also because it's bringing more weight back in the club, it's going to make this club a lot more forgiving. We've also obviously got adjustable lofts here carrying over from the previous generation of Ping fairways. We've got turbulators on the crown, as we've seen with other clubs in the Ping G400 range. They're a little bit wider, don't have much of an impact on swing speed. It's more about framing the ball nicely, but you might see a little bit of gain in swing speed over the previous generation. But we've also got a cascading sole here. We saw that with the G range, a nice low leading edge that's carried over as well. So Ping say this is definitely going to give you greater performance than the Ping G Fairway from 2 years ago. So I've had a test with this on the GC2 launch monitor. Let's have a look at what numbers we got to see if those gains in performance that Ping say we were going to get actually became reality. Okay, so the results of the performance of the Ping G400 Fairway. Exciting times. One thing I would say, looking at the club in my hand here, obviously it looks quite similar at address. Obviously you've got the wider turbulators there, you notice that, but it's definitely a very flat sole. It sits really flush to the turf, and obviously with that lower leading edge as well, it definitely should help the performance from tight lies off the fairway. I certainly noticed that. I've got some testing results here, some real ball, premium ball data from the GC2 launch one. This was done off a very slight tee height, so teed up probably a couple of millimeters just off the ground, just to help get a sweeter strike. If I was doing it off the deck, I could have been there all day. We'll have a look at the clubhead speed first of all, actually, because that's a good indicator of where distance gains might come from. But actually, looking from G to G400, the clubhead speed was only 1 mile an hour quicker. So the distance gains that we got, if any, would hopefully not necessarily be down to clubhead speed alone. Obviously 1 mile an hour probably translates to about 3 extra yards of carry distance. So looking at the launch characteristics of this club, were very similar. The only thing that really jumped up was the ball speed. Ping obviously say this could happen given the fact they've used this stronger, thinner material in this Mirage Steel, and I've got a 3 mile an hour increase in ball speed here with the Ping G400, which is equated to an extra 6 yards of carry distance. When you factor in the fact the ball is launching a degree lower than the G model, it should also equate to a little bit of extra run as well. You might worry a little bit about the stopping power, given that the launch angle has come down from my testing, and the spin levels are relatively low, just over 3,000 RPM. But when you look at that ball flight peaking at 40 yards, that's still a really nice high ball flight. Been testing it here on the range. Really actually was surprised at how high the ball was going. Don't forget, this is the stock loft, which is 14.5 degrees, so slightly lower than most other models on the market. But that's a big distance gain for me. From generation to generation, you would not necessarily expect to see such a big jump in carry distance. So generally the performance was really impressive from this G400 Fairway. You should see some significant gains with this new material they've used and the new construction they've been able to implement in this Ping G400 Fairway. It generally was pretty hot across the face. I love the feel of this club. Seemed to be very user friendly, seemed to offer a lot of help on those slide miss hits. Obviously you've got the adjustable loft there, you can dial in the ball flight. There's also a 9-wood, it goes all the way up to a 9-wood this time around. So if you're looking for those hybrid replacements, maybe you want a little bit more, even more launch angle on your fairwood, it goes right up there. You've also got an SFT version in the 7-wood now. So Ping have really thought about the needs of the golfer. They feel like golfers need more forgiveness and distance with the fairwood, and also a few more gapping options as well, and a few more ball flight options as well with that SFT version in the 7-wood. So a really thoughtful offering from Ping. Really impressive distance, very impressive overall performance. If you're interested, as always, I recommend you go and give it a try, get fitted, give it a go on a launch monitor, and hopefully you'll see some significant gains. But for now, it's goodbye.